Okay, then I'll just take my drugs while I'm on the air.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, crap. And then we're off and running. We're off.
Okay, well, now everybody knows. Okay.
We're on a good start today. Hi, it is Monday. It is the 12th year of the pandemic.
It's the 18th
Metaphysically
year
speaking.
of this series.
We have aged
For 18 years, metaphysically, people.
We have aged 100 years in one.
In dog years, I am really old.
Oh my God. I tell you what, this tells you how bad it is. You know, I had trouble getting Mother in to vote because she didn't want to compromise on certain things like use your damn cane so we can get to the front of the line type thing. And we finally got to vote Saturday, and oh my God, I felt like I had won the lottery because I got something off my to-do list.
Doesn't it feel wonderful?
It does.
It really does.
It really does. All right, I better do the introductions. Somebody might call me on this one day and say, you're not doing this right. We are the Spiritual Neighborhood. The Spiritual Neighborhood is a grassroots community project of the Council of Families for Children, a 501c3 nonprofit. We believe that sick can be fixed, so we support services that improve the quality of life for the body, mind, and spirit for the integration of the healthy, happy human. Oh, I want to make a real quick announcement. Today, the Council of Families of Children signed the declaration that was put out by the Hogg Foundation to unify with other nonprofits in declaring against racism and also fighting against the inequality in services. I don't know that that's in direct response to what Governor Abbott pulled last week, but I'm sure it will have something to do with that, where he declared that social workers no longer had to treat people with certain disabilities or if they were in the LGBT community, things of that nature.
That's right. I did read that last week.
So what does that mean? That they have a choice of who they...
Yes.
Yeah, they can say no. They can say no.
They can say no according to their skin color or your sexual preferences.
Yeah, I don't know how blatant that is, but the fact that it came out in the newspaper that way, that blatant, means that somebody will always try to push that envelope because no one's holding them accountable. So the fact that we already have over 60 organizations in Texas that have signed that, nonprofits are a funny group. They're not political, but they are because they have to be. And they carry a lot of clout when you least expect it. And the Americans for Disabilities has another group called Advocacy Inc., and they file lawsuits constantly. And
did they have lobbyists?
They do, and they also have people like me that volunteer. And NAMI is notoriously famous for their lobby efforts on both the state and national level, and I have lobbied with them on several occasions and in other scenarios. So they're not to be trifled with, even though they may or may not have a lot of money to back them up, because what they have is grassroots services and people involved that are very personal. This is very personal for them because this is their lives you're screwing with. So now that I've laid the level for stress, let's talk about stress.
Wow. That's just...
Well, I can't speak from a professional view, but I can certainly speak from a personal view about stress and how you deal with it, or how I deal with it.
This doesn't involve toys, does it?
No.
Okay.
And sometimes I do not. Sometimes I don't handle it. I just cry. And sometimes when I get angry, I cry. But mostly, if it's family members, I try to take a deep breath. Or maybe I go outside, or maybe I say, you're going to have to hold that thought while I go do something else. Because you can't, during this time of being sequestered, the anger or the upset comes fast. Mm-hmm. And it just seems to happen faster and faster. So I do spend some time alone. I do spend some time meditating. I'm a theta healer, so I do spend time with my theta healing for myself. And that helps. But if nothing else, count to 10 before you answer.
Yeah, not everything has to have a response immediately. It just doesn't. And it took me years to find that out. I mean, years, because I'm so quick to just snap off a smart ass remark, if nothing else. And I come from a basic nature of anger. So it was always really easy to throw those zingers out at people. And, I had to learn that really didn't get me what I want. And that's kind of the theme of my whole coaching premise is, great, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And is what you're doing, is it getting you what you want? So let's talk about how to get what you want. So
you have to pick your arguments, right?
Yeah.
You have to pick what it is. How important is it that you get it straight?
Well, and you know what? You don't even have to argue. I'd like to take that up a notch. You don't have to argue. Sometimes you just state what you have to say and you walk away and let things just be. And unless someone's, taking advantage of you or abusing you or something like that, why does everything have to be an argument? Why does it have to be an either or? And I'm not even talking about even sitting down and compromising. I can just ignore you. Okay, I know you think that. Okay, fine. I'm still going to do what I want to do,
I like to think of it as a conversation. Look, we need to have a conversation because I've been upset about a few things.
Yeah.
And that's not, what's the word?
I don't know. What is the word?
In their face. It's not an assault to them when you just calmly state, we need to have a conversation about some things that is bothering me.
You said that you cry sometimes, and that's actually on the list that I printed out of some of the things to do, and it was number 15 on the list. And it says that it's not fun, but sometimes it's necessary to cry.
Yes.
And you just have to let things out. It's letting it's an emotional way of letting out emotional toxins, is the way they described it.
I think it lifts a certain burden. You know how you feel like it's right here on your chest? Sometimes when I cry, I feel like that's lifted.
Well, have you ever noticed, too, that sometimes when you cry, and especially if the other person cries, too, that all of a sudden you look at each other and you forget why you were even arguing? Look at Elizabeth. She's thinking about it. Have I? Let me see.
Well, sometimes. It depends on what the argument is.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's really interesting. You know what my biggest stress is, and then we'll go to the list if you want to, is that when I'm having to deal with other people's stress, and I'm trying to figure out how to calm them down, and I don't know what to do, or I can't get them calm enough to even listen, that's the biggest stress factor for me. That and boredom. I can't handle boredom well. I don't want to handle boredom well.
Well, all the things you're doing, how can you be bored?
Oh, it's easy. It's seriously, it's easy because, once you figure out how to do something, to me, once I've, handled the challenge of how to do it, that's why I don't have a hobby. You do it until you know how to do it, and you're like, okay, I know how to do that. I'm through.
I'm done.
Yeah. How many pots?
My mom was exactly like that. She studied astrology, palmistry, numerology, you name it, tarot, the whole bit. And once she mastered it, okay, done.
I mean, how many pots can you throw? How many blankets can you crochet?
Oh my God.
I know other people do that.
I don't know, but you should see what one of our friends is doing. Her crochet is not just back and forth and back and forth. She makes masterpieces.
She really does.
And I think, well, I can crochet, but that's something totally over the top.
Well, now I expect one for Christmas. I am now expecting one for Christmas.
She's not she doesn't make them willy-nilly. I can't go in her house and say, I want to buy that.
You can't?
Well, she should.
Why can't you? What's the point of doing that if you don't do that?
Her creations are just over the top.
I would sell my kids, and I created those with my body. You offer me enough money.
Oh, dear. I'm not sure they're ready to hear that.
$5. Do I hear 6? Do I hear 6?
Well, I've been threatened to be sold. I mean, I know when I was younger, that was,
Yeah. I made you, I can take you out and I'll make another one just like you.
Yeah, mine was always, I'm going to ship you to your grandparents. And it's like, today? Can we go down?
Yeah. I just recently connected with my cousin who I grew up with, and we hadn't seen each other in years, And I swear to God, everything in her house is because it's attached to something that reminds her of somebody. And so here's the thing that's funny about what I just said. So is mine. Just about everything in my house has a symbol or a meaning to it, okay? But she keeps the toilet paper they used on their 10th anniversary. I mean,
no.
You know what I'm saying? She goes to extremes on some things. And I told her, I'm like, you've got to get rid of some of this shit. You've just got to.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's the penny that I got back as change when I bought the first meal that I prepared for. No, I mean, I really am kidding, but I'm not. Okay.
I get it. Yeah.
Well, on this list that I printed up, I love the fact that this is number one on the list because I do this all the time. I do it in the grocery store. I do it in my car. I do it in the bathtub, and it's to dance.
Oh.
Just to physically move. I mean, if you can go and dance, of course, with the partner and it looks normal, that's great. But just dancing in your house or, wherever you are, getting the body to move, it helps to ground you. It releases the excess energy, much like the crying does. It raises up endorphins because it's just like runners, endorphins and exercise if you do it enough. But it has a beauty to it that you don't necessarily get from lifting weights because there's a fluidity that goes with it, And
a lot of times, if we're going to dance, we have music, and music is very soothing.
Yes.
Well, I have a tendency to look like I'm dancing, but it's because I'm going, should I go? No. No. No, it's in the bedroom, right? No, it's outside. No, it's in the car.
It's like you're like one of those little wind-up toys, and it hits the wall and turns around.
Should I unlock the door? Is the door locked? No, the door's locked, isn't it? Oh, did I use the keypad? Oh no, it's the key. And the neighbors are going, "Oh my God, she forgot her medication again." Is that the mother? Is that the mother? Did her mom actually die, or was that just her at the moment?
She used to dress up like her mother. It's kind of like Psycho.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never really kind of saw the two of them together, so I'm beginning to wonder, is this really the Bates Motel?
You being one of those little wind-up toy soldiers, that cracks me up.
Pretty much. They're trying to figure out how to get in the door. Damn door.
Just keep banging your head in the door. Back up.
Well, it's pretty much, Luann saw that a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not lying. It's really the truth.
Yeah, it was a little.
I know I did. I locked the door. Do I need to go back in? Did I forget my water? No. I've actually headed to the car and go, I forgot my money. I turn right around and go back.
You know what's happened? You know what's happened? You have lost control of your channeling, and you're channeling Charlie Chaplin.
Pretty much. Or anybody that drives by, all of a sudden, it's like, what?
Oh my God, I need to pee now.
Yeah, it's a problem as you get older.
When you have children, they ruin your body. They should have.
Well, I tell you, it's real. When you're in the grocery store, it's like people think, "Oh my God, what is wrong with her? Do I need green beans? No, I need rice. No, I have rice. Oh, it's chicken. I need chicken. Where's chicken?
Call it chicken."
Well, I'm not really, really tall. I was trying to reach for I was reaching for my ginger ale, and I just could not make it. And I'm stretching to like, I'm going to get you. You're my mission. I'm going to get you. So I took another bottle and I hit it, and it just comes, towards me. And so I did it. And the guy Yeah, this guy's watching me. He finally says, "That's the greatest thing I think I've ever seen. Can I get the next bottle for you?" And went, "Absolutely. Help yourself. Go, please, do."
And I'm so short. When I'm in the grocery store, it's a tall person. Excuse me, tall person. Could you help me?
Okay,
there needs to be like some place where you can go. Tall person on aisle 3. Tall person on aisle 3.
Yes.
No, you know why they don't do that? Because all the management and the head cashiers are sitting up in the office upstairs watching you do this. They're not going to ruin their fun.
God, this is the best show ever. Oh, she's back. Look, she's back.
We're going to have some interesting video today.
When I used to manage the hardware store. Yeah,
oh my God.
I'm not kidding. When I used to manage the hardware store, there were certain people that would come in regular basis, and we'd go, "They're here," and we'd all run up to the office so we could watch them.
Oh yeah. Was that a 5-cent screw? No. Was that a 8? No. Was it a washer? I need a washer.
You know what we're going to do for you, Elizabeth? You know, most people want a rich, boyfriend, a sugar daddy, a husband, or whatever. We're just going to ask for you to have a tall one.
Well, it was like, wow, I did not realize. Well, now I know that when you start to get older, you do lose your height. I mean, I'm very well aware of that.
You didn't have much to lose.
My mom was 5'8", and when she passed, she was down to, maybe 5'5".
That's a lot.
She lost a lot. A lot of it had to do with her back surgery, but she lost, quite a bit of height. And then she developed that, how they can develop that arch.
Dowager's hump is what they call it.
That's it. Yeah.
I think we digress. Where are we going?
Well, we were talking about stress, but I think we kind of released a little bit.
I think I did. I think I released more than stress. I think I tinkled a little bit.
Well.
Sounds like a personal problem.
That's why before the show we always depend on things.
Like depends. Well, like depends.
Well, yeah, because if I know I'm going to be around somebody that could potentially make me laugh, I do need to be a little prepared.
Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? Every time I see her, I'm going to pinch her butt to see if her depends are on, because I always make her laugh. I make her guffaw. I don't know if I make her laugh. I make her guffaw. Guffaw.
Oh my God, did you miss guffaw?
That's a cool
I think
word.
she guffawed.
All right. So number 2, guess what number 2 is? That's one you both will love, I bet.
Laughing?
Chocolate. Have some chocolate. It's full of
y'all.
Wait, yes, it's the bromelain.
I'm done. No more stress. I'm done.
So it's full of antioxidants. It reduces your blood pressure, which makes you feel less stressed. You know what? I just like it. I'm going to eat it because I like it.
And really and truly, the dark
to my office.
Yeah.
Is that the dark chocolate? The dark chocolate is really better.
Yeah. Aldi's has one that's like 80% dark chocolate, and it's really good.
60%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Dark chocolate is the square. I keep it in my office just in the event of.
See, I don't like that because now I'm treating chocolate like medicine. It makes it.
I'm not overweight. I'm freaking happy.
That's right. My meds are making me fat.
Can I take some meds that won't make me fat? Yes. Chocolate. Can I have some chocolate?
All right, the next one is oatmeal. Eat oatmeal. And that's because it's, I love oatmeal.
I do too.
I like malted meal too.
Yeah,
well, y'all eat mine, please.
What? I'm not, could you specify what you're telling me to eat?
Oatmeal.
Okay.
Oatmeal.
Just want to make sure. So it's high in potassium, it's high in magnesium, which lower your blood pressure. And so it also has fiber, so it cleans you out, that type of thing. And then if you really want to up the ante, pour some melted chocolate on it.
Now, okay.
Now you're interested, right?
Well, then I might as well just have an oatmeal cookie. I'll just do the oatmeal cookie. Y'all, too complicated.
Yeah, but I'm not sure a lot of sugar is good for stress.
Don't disillusion me, Luann. Let me have my drink.
Okay, you can't have everything. You just can't have everything.
Yes, I can.
You know.
Yes, I can.
I want to make a s'more, but I want to do an oatmeal cookie, and I don't want the marshmallow. So what is that called?
That's a cookie with chocolate sauce.
Okay.
That's just like happiness.
That's good.
Yeah.
And a spoon.
So the next thing on the list was go outside. And I would change that up. I would say go anywhere other than where you are right now, because Elizabeth and I are good examples, because I know that Elizabeth sits for hours at her desk. I sit for hours at my desk doing things, trying to figure out how to make money, how to get through all this, try to work on my book. So just getting up and going into another room sometimes can change your whole attitude. Yeah. Especially here at my house, somebody will talk to me, and that really gives me a change of attitude. Don't talk to me when I'm busy.
Well, if I'm busy and I'm working on a project, I really do not want to be talked to, and I really don't want to be disturbed. And I think it's because if I'm really trying to concentrate, it's like those cells are precious these days. I don't want to waste them, you know? Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell when the wheels are turning in Elizabeth's head, and I try to be quiet because we've been working on those microphones, and you can just see that she's deep in concentration. And I thought, okay, I don't need to talk right now.
I thought you could hear those wheels squeaking, and I thought that was...
I think that's what's happening now. You can actually hear it. You know, it's like, ooh, that's pretty bad. Oh, although all that work really, really paid off last night. It really did.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth had a great show last night. She was telling us about it before we started recording and stuff. And they had people that stayed forever. The show ran over. They got a lot of compliments. So tell them about that real quick. Oh, how to listen to that.
Well, I don't know if it's because Luann has joined the group or not, but it was really kind of interesting. It was and the energy flowed really well. I mean, it was Carrie and then Luann and myself, and we were asked a lot of different things last night. So I found that very interesting. A lot of it was, can you get in touch with one of my relatives that had crossed over? This one girl, I felt so, oh my God, I just felt so sad. She had lost her service dog, and what showed up was a little girl. And it confused all three of us because we saw a child. We saw a little girl. And then come to find, and we kept saying, well, we see a little girl. And she said, that's her. That's my dog. That's my service dog. I've had her for forever, and she, passed. And it really touched me. So sometimes when people ask us if we can, see their animals or whatever, we can, but usually as a rule, they're going to show up as a child because that's how you treat them as children.
I did not know that. That's news to me. I did not know that. That's really interesting. Mm-hmm. So
we're learning all the time. I mean, there's always new things that show up. She said she was going to send her brother. No, she was going to send her brother to this individual because she knew that she needed another service dog. I mean, she did. And this poor thing, she said, I haven't had to purchase one, and I was trying to find one. And she said, oh my gosh, it's $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000, and I just don't have the money.
Rescue dog.
Well, she needs a dog that's trained. This is a medical support animal.
Yeah.
And so she needed a dog that's trained. And I'm not sure she didn't for goodness sakes. She did not specify what the dog was trained in.
Well, you know what? Put her in contact with Sally Hammond, and maybe Sally can because Sally knows everybody in the dog industry. And she was on our show.
Maybe what we need to do is write Sally's name down, because we did not get any info from her because it was call-in.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Right. So this Sally Hammond, where is she?
On my Facebook page.
HAMMOND?
Yes. She runs the Doodle Rescue here locally, but I just love the way she runs her rescue. She runs it like a good, solid business, lots of rules and regulations, but she's compassionate. She doesn't, rule you to death. Some rescues are hard to work with. Very ethical, very practical. I just adore her. I just do.
Would she know people across the country? Obviously,
I think so, because they have to interact on a national basis, because they transport these animals all over the country. These rescues do.
Well, we're kind of assuming that this individual was from New York.
Well, that doesn't matter that she's in New York. What the point is that she will know all the people that cross different avenues.
That's what we're looking for.
So,
yeah, that would be very, very helpful. I mean, seriously.
We could post it somehow.
Yeah, we'll post it on the actual show.
Right. All right. So the next one I don't like, I'll just be honest, and it's color. Color stresses me out. Sitting down to color in a coloring book.
Oh,
stresses.
Oh, man,
Crayolas or
crayons.
Pencils or
colored pencils.
Gel pens. Gel pens.
Yeah, gel pens would be cool. But if you make a mistake, you can't fix it, and that just drives me nuts.
But they have a lot of adult coloring books now.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I got Elizabeth several. One for Peppa Pig.
Oh my God, I love Peppa Pig.
She does too.
Everything. Nothing is sacred in our relationship.
But I have never enjoyed coloring. I'm one of those people that, because it's not beautiful in a traditional sense, I don't appreciate it. Coming from me, I can't draw or paint and do it to a way that's satisfactory to me, so it just stresses me out.
Well, then that's what you don't do.
I don't.
Yeah.
Right.
But I like it because I like color and I like.
You know what I really like to do? I like to shred stuff.
Oh, me too. That is so satisfying.
Immediate gratification, and you just write people's name on that paper.
I still have my shredder, even though we don't do a lot of paper, and I let the kids color, and then I shred it.
Magic. Everything that I have. You were talking about my list. I do have lists. I do 8 little cards. And on that day when I've actually done everything and I put it in that shredder and it's like,
Yeah, and a good list done deserves to be shredded.
Oh my God. That and a glass of beer.
Yeah, you don't want to put that in the trash can with your coffee grinds and your eggshells. It deserves a good burial.
Shred that. And another thing you can do is write down what stresses you. Seriously, write down what stresses you on that paper. Write down everything that stresses you. Then take that paper, and you're done. That's it. And you put it in that shredder. Shred that. Oh my! What joy! What joy! Ooh!
I'm gonna start taking notes from the show and shredding it. That's a good idea.
People don't like write their names on there.
Now, Elizabeth, we are enlightened people. We like everybody. Don't say that.
Well, that's not true. I don't. I don't. And I don't see any reason in pretending. I don't like that. I don't like people I don't like fake people. Mm-mm. You either, you either like me or you don't. Or maybe you put up with me. Maybe there's a third option. You put up with me. But I don't like everybody. I don't. And you don't have to be. I just do not like these enlightened people that, everything is kumbaya. And, no, it is.
No.
It is not. It is not that way. If it were, I would be out of business.
No.
So would you.
No. So my thing is
out of business. All of us would be out.
I have the right not to like you. I just do. I have the right not to like you. And it makes the world interesting. And I will leave you alone, but I will fight for you to have your own rights. You
have the right to express your opinion.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't infringe on others.
Right.
Well, when does ever expressing your opinion infringe on others? It's when you act on that opinion that it infringes on others.
Okay.
So you can run your mouth all day long.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much say anything, just don't hit them with a 2x4 when you're finished.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you have the right to, stand on the soapbox and you can talk for hours and you can express your opinion. That is the right of the citizens of this country. You have the right to express your opinion.
I wish I had a soapbox. Where can I get a soapbox?
Oh, man, I don't know. I'd have to have one made out of steel.
Marketplace? I don't know.
Hey, Elizabeth, look over my shoulder. Look over my shoulder. I got a throne.
Oh, my God. It looks like it got an eye on it.
I know.
You see it right in the middle? Looks like an eye. It's the all-seeing eye. Oh, my God.
Isn't that cool?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
that is really, oh, Lord.
It's a leather seat and the tapestry back, and I didn't realize the back was so high until I picked it up, and I'm like, oh my God, that's like a throne. I'm like, I deserve a throne. That's great.
so now she's going to hold court, I guess.
Yeah, so when y'all are at Rowdy, I'm going to pull that chair up to the table here, and that's what I'm going to sit in when y'all need some discipline.
I just don't see that.
Well. It's nice to think about.
It's no, it's gone.
I enjoy thinking about it. It gives me pleasure.
Well, I would just tell your mom. What, Mom?
Okay, what was the
Here's
first
my
one again?
chair, okay?
What?
Hey, what was the first stress reliever?
All right, pay attention. I'm not doing this again. Dance. Dance, chocolate.
Write this stuff down. There's a test. Oh my God.
Hey, I still didn't hear the first one.
All right, everybody shut up. Dance.
Dance.
You can dance if you want to.
Yeah.
You can leave your stress behind. But if you don't dance, I don't remember the words. Then you're no friend of mine.
Dance, chocolate, oatmeal.
Go outside, color. And the next is have a glass of OJ.
Really? OJ?
Vitamin C has been shown to reduce levels of the stress hormone cortisol. So if you're really stressed, you can even throw a little vodka in there for good measure. I like this list.
Not a bad list.
So anyway, what we're hearing is that having enough nutrition makes a big difference in our stress and how we manage
it.
Does.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It really is.
So another one.
The right kind.
Yes. The next one is light a candle, especially a scented candle, and then just watch the flame. Unless you're a pyromaniac, then stay away from the candle. We don't want to trigger you.
The spiritual neighborhood told me to light this candle. Isn't it pretty? See the house on fire. Oh my God, that is fabulous.
I know. My son did that when he was young. He was about 8, and he decided that blowing up things was fascinating. And so he decided to make a big fire in the alley and blow something up. And he did, and it was big, and it was loud.
Ooh, that's scary.
It was. It scared him to death, thank God.
I'm so glad. I am so glad. I'm glad he didn't get hurt or anybody else.
Yes. My son has the luck of the Irish and God's hand on his butt. That's all I can tell you. Because he is.
My brother actually texted me something the other day. My brother just finished his chemo. Think real positive thoughts that it's done and gone and no more. And I said, well, I said something like, I forbid it. I forbid you to have that or anything like that. And he texted out, from your lips to God's ears. And I swear to God, I heard this little old Jewish woman going, from your lips to God's ears. Yeah. That's what I heard. Oh my God, he's taking chemo now. He's talking like a little old Jewish man.
I love it.
Oh my God.
And from a cultural thing, this Jews, traditional Orthodox Jews would do things like this. Orthodox Greek, to ward off evil spirits. They're spitting on them. I've always wondered where that came from, but I just love when I see people do that. They're spitting.
I haven't seen that. So
okay, in my big fat Greek wedding, as she's walking down the aisle, all the Greek people are spitting on her dress. To ward off evil spirits,
Well, every time I think of really funnish Jewish sayings, I don't know why, I always think of Mel Brooks in some movie where he's written something, because he loves, I love his sense of humor. I love Jewish humor. I love British humor. I love the cultures. I just think it's like, wow.
I just like humor. Anything that makes me laugh.
Oh my God. We'll be singing Fiddler on the Roof next. Oh my God.
If I were a rich man.
Don't start. Oh God.
All day long I really well. If I were a wealthy man. I wouldn't
now
have to work.
Now we're not going to be able to.
I like it because he's one of the few men that can really shimmy and do it right.
He can shimmy up there in the barn where the hay is, and he's really getting after it. Like, oh my God.
He's living proof you don't have to have boobs to shimmy.
That's right. You can just shimmy all over. I liked him a lot. I thought I enjoyed him as an actor.
Me too. All right, so the next one we've already kind of talked about a little bit, and it's get a hobby. I'm not getting a hobby. That's no.
A hobby?
Yeah. My hobby.
Well, that is a good thing for a lot of people, though. I mean,
yeah.
Really,
yeah, but I'm taking it personally right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Well, like crocheting is it's textile. You use your hands, and it's the feeling of the yarn and the accomplishment. And I don't do much. I didn't do anything fancy, but I make little bitty pot holders and just something quick, something that keeps my hand busy, especially in the wintertime.
I want a nose mitten then. Crochet me a nose mitten.
A nose mitten?
Yes.
That's just not.
How long do you want it? Do you want it?
I have a short nose.
Oh,
I have a short nose.
Oh my goodness, this could just go in so many different ways.
I could do, a witch nose.
Never mind. Never mind.
On the end of it, you can put like a little bell. Maybe two.
Why is that funny? Why is that funny? And you can have two bells. I don't get it.
She has a very good imagination and she's seeing it. She's seeing it.
Oh my goodness.
But if I said we could put two bells on her areola, she wouldn't think that was funny.
No, she wouldn't.
So why is it put on my nose funny, but not on her areola?
On a crocheted nose mitten. How long do you want it?
Big enough.
Put two little bells on it. Oh Lord, it's like okay. My hobby is Halloween and Day of the Dead. That's my hobby.
I know. Hey, did you like my costume Friday night?
Actually, that was very, very clever. Very clever.
I was a living sugar skull.
The only thing that I would say is you need to maybe make this a little bit darker where the nose piece is, so that if it moves, it's not so obvious.
That's good to know, because I just made that up at the last minute, and
that was extremely clever. I mean, I really enjoyed it because from here down, it looked obviously it was like wow, and you matched the color perfectly with the white, especially this, but that needs to be darker.
I couldn't see.
Really
I had to light. No, I couldn't see because I was reading cards, and for some reason or other, it was blocking my view when I put my glasses on. So I had to lighten it up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I would make the nose a little bit darker.
Okay.
Just right there at the top. Right where it fits, because that way it can move and it's not obvious.
Okay. But I thought that turned out really well. I was like, I don't even like sugar skulls, and look how good this turned out.
And that turned out extremely well. I mean, really, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that's going to be my go-to creepy costume in the future. So
that's not creepy. That's awesome.
Well, it was supposed to be creepy. The theme was mystical creepy, which I've never heard the two put together. But we were supposed to be mystical creepy, and that's what I came up with, living sugar skull. And
that's mystical.
And
it worked.
Yeah, it was cool. So, The next one is organize, organize, organize. Now, this one I love. I love going through stuff on my desk or going through drawers once a year and purging and organizing them and things like that. That makes me feel like I've really accomplished something. And to me, it's like it frees up the energy. Like I just rearranged a bunch of furniture in my house. Just rearranged it. And just, to me, now the energy flows better in the house. It's like, why didn't
It's a very good feng shui technique to move constantly stuff around the home because it's redistributing energy all over. That's a brilliant idea.
I even moved a lot of the artwork and put this art over here and put this art over here, you know.
Yeah.
So I love that one. I know a lot of people don't. My husband doesn't, trying to get him to organize. And then he'll go through this frenzy for like 3 weeks and organize everything. Just enough so I can't find it. And then, you know, he's done.
Yeah, well.
He's done. So, all right. The next is clean, which is not the same as organize. You can organize and not clean. You can clean and not organize.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan. I am if other people do it.
I'm a big fan of that one.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. Do a puzzle.
Yeah, I do puzzles. I love games.
Legos, Rubik's Cube. You know,
No.
I like the labyrinth things where you have to go through and
Yeah, those are fun.
I like doing that.
Ooh, I like those haunted cornfields where they've turned it into a maze and you have to walk through. Oh, so much fun.
I love those too. Let's see. I put this in my mouth and now I can't talk. Compliment someone.
Oh,
Say something nice.
It works. It makes them feel better and it makes you feel better.
Especially like
And it
when you're
doesn't
standing in
cost you-
line.
yeah.
When you're standing in line at the store, getting your coffee. This one was interesting. And I knew this, but I had not thought about it in years. And my son actually did a book about this and we published it. He did a bunch of artwork using fractals. And it says looking at patterns helps reduces your stress. So fractals are, y'all know what fractals are. They're just, they're like geographical art, you know. Help me here.
well, I know when Robert was born, one of the things they suggested, like for a mobile over the crib, was something in black and white that had different angles, and I guess you could put that in the fractal.
Yeah, because you have to have the angles, not just the fluidity of things, to really connect and engage all parts of your brain. So they're saying either...
Maybe that's why people like crystals so well.
Yeah.
It's because you're looking at all these different, combinations and stuff. And that, to me, that's fascinating.
All right, so think of the kaleidoscope things that you look through.
I love it.
And I collect those, and you turn them, and there's different patterns.
Loved it.
So that is actually healthy for your brain. So they say if you'll take fractals or swirling patterns and look at those 20 minutes a day, it disengages your brain. It's like it changes gears. It's like it totally changes the gears.
Well,
That would be like going on to YouTube and going to those binary code sound. And how they do the visions and sacred geometry and all that different stuff. You can just sit there and watch it.
So the next one is take off your shoes. And I go barefoot all the time. So,
Okay, well.
I'm for that.
Then we had cried out. We already talked about that one.
Right.
The next one is pet a puppy.
Oh, that is so sweet.
It lowers your blood pressure.
Does it have to be a puppy? Can it be a cat?
It could be a cat. It could be a bird. It could be anything that's soothing.
Raccoon, skunk.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Possums.
Possums are cute when they're little.
Yeah, I know they are.
Little baby possums. Oh my God, their ears are so big. Like, oh my gosh.
You know what's so really cute when they're little?
Baby goats.
Yes.
Baby goats are so cute.
The goats stink.
With their weird keyhole eyes.
But when they get older, they really stink.
They do. They smell really bad.
They smell goaty.
It's because they're jumping and leaping and not taking a bath.
You're like, surely there's like deodorant for goats. Some, Old Spice spray or something. Oh my God, they really smell
You
nasty.
smell like an old goat.
Yeah. And there's a supplement called Horny Goat.
Oh.
And it's a supplement. And I'm thinking, you know why it's a horny goat? Is because nobody will have sex with a goat because they stink.
Oh my goodness. Help us, Lord. A goat.
Goodness gracious sakes alive.
All right. Enough of that.
Goat deodorant. Oh, okay.
So the next one is change your thought process, which is another way of saying reframe things. So
yes, reframe it.
Don't focus on negative. Don't sit there and ruminate on what you've got to get done. I tend to do that. I've got to do this and this and this and this and this, and I've got to get this done. And I want to have this done by 3 so I can put my feet up, blah, 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 blah. And so I put myself into a stress mode trying to hit these deadlines that are only imposed by me.
I think it's helpful. I write down what I want to get accomplished and I mark them off. And then whatever doesn't get accomplished today gets to go on the first of the calendar tomorrow.
Oh, see, I want that list gone before I go to bed. That's my problem.
But
sometimes you can't do that, though. Seriously, sometimes you cannot. Sometimes you have to wait 24 hours for it to be actually finished.
It's like I've already started my Christmas shopping.
That is disgusting.
And not only have I started it, I'm behind because normally I have my Christmas shopping done by October 15th, but I'm about halfway through now.
Good Lord.
That's disgusting.
Thank you. I just love being complimented.
You're welcome.
Well, see, we heard that from Carrie last night, and we didn't like her either.
No.
What?
We don't. You're disgusting. About her Christmas shopping.
It's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it.
I haven't even. No. I have to welcome the great pumpkin first.
Yeah, we haven't made it past Halloween, so.
There's a cartoon out there, and Santa's coming through, and he's going, ho, 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 and the ghost is going, get out of here. It's not even your day. Get out of here. Go away.
You know why Halloween's not really a holiday, don't you?
It is a holiday.
It's not.
Why?
You know why? Because a holiday entails getting and giving gifts. The only real holidays is Valentine's, your birthday, and Christmas.
Listen, I get gifts. I buy candy, and I give gifts. I give candy.
Candy does not count as a gift.
Yes, it does. If it works for Valentine's Day, it works for Halloween.
Well, it doesn't work on Valentine's Day in my house. It better be better than candy in my house.
A lot of people do give candy for Halloween. Valentine's.
I think it doesn't matter what you give. It doesn't matter. We celebrated Luann's birthday.
Yes.
When was your birthday? How come I didn't know?
My birthday is not till the end of the month.
Oh, son of a bitch. Golly.
We surprised her.
And you surprised me.
That was so much. Oh, it was worth it.
Oh, good.
It was fun. Because I'm in the back, I'm in the back seat just minding my own business. They're talking. I can't hear them. I'm kind of looking at where we're going, and I'm thinking, where are we going? I thought we were going to Wendy's.
We're supposed to be going to Wendy's.
I didn't say anything. I thought, okay, so maybe there's a Wendy's over here. And I didn't say anything. And
they took you to Wendy's for your birthday?
No. They took me to Hula Hands.
Oh, I like Hula Hands.
Yeah, but that's where we were talking about going because, and I said, where are we going? When they exited the freeway, oh, well, this is a surprise. So I made it almost Hula Hands before I
figured
popped
it out.
up and said, what the hell?
Well, if you ever need...
Sometimes people just...
They what?
You just need to surprise people from time to time. There's been so much stress going on for so many months. It's just nice to do something different. And she wasn't expecting it, and we knew she wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
And so we had, we discussed it and said, well, why don't we just make that happen today? It was it was one of those snap decisions before she came over, and it was like, okay, that's what we're going to do. We'll just act like we're going to go to Wendy's or something.
Don't take me to
Because that's
Wendy's.
what
We didn't say anything. We just...
Well, if you want to
That's where we
surprise
went.
somebody with Papa Do's, feel free. I love Papa Do's. You can surprise me.
Well, it was a great surprise, and it's always great to get together and have some good conversation, and that's how we relieve a lot of stress.
Well,
is that on the list?
That and alcohol.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, alcohol was on the list because of
Alcohol.
the OJ. You said put vodka in your OJ.
Yeah. Orange juice. Mm-hmm. Right.
All right, so here's my personal favorite. Sing. I sing about everything. I make up songs about everything. You can say something funny and I'll turn it into a song. It drives my mother insane. That's why I do it.
No, don't do that, friend. Do it because you enjoy it.
I do enjoy that. What did you dismiss?
I know.
I do enjoy it.
Well, don't drive her insane with it, but enjoy it.
No,
while you're driving her insane, I guess. That's not what I meant.
The only time it really drives her insane is when I do it at the table. You're not supposed to sing at the table. She still believes in that.
Oh,
that's
my
annoying.
goodness.
That is annoying.
Singing at the table? Well, then why do they have mariachi bands that come around to your table when you're eating?
That's annoying.
And why do they have singing waiters at
That's
the
annoying.
That's annoying.
Okay, so I'm annoying. We already knew that. We already knew that. I like to sing though. But here's the thing. I don't know the words to any songs. I know like 3 lines to every song in the world, and that's it. So I'm like, some enchanted evening. Do 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 do. I'm the do 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 do.
You need to go karaoke, don't you?
I do. That would be fun.
That's how you learn.
What was the song? There's a bad moon on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a bad
Creedence
moon on the
Clearwater Revival.
My brother heard. This is picking on my brother day. It's like he may not appreciate this, but he was singing "There's a bathroom on the right."
Probably is. Okay, this entails singing
There's a bathroom on the right.
and dead
oh my
people.
God, it was classic.
This entails singing
I
and
have
dead
sung
people.
so many wrong things. It's like, oh my God.
But you love your brother.
I do.
So you're not making fun
I'm
of
very,
him.
very excited in the fact that he's through with his chemo.
So you're not making fun of him, you're just making fun. You're having fun.
Making light of some of the things that he has done that I found absolutely hysterical because that's our family. Our family did that. We all sang wrong. All of us thought we were singing correct lyrics, and just belted out, and we are so wrong.
So this is the Day of the Dead
song,
stuff.
I think it was called Slave to the Rhythm. I'm Slave to the Rhythm. And I was singing Snakes in the River.
I don't even know what song that is. Snake.
That's what I heard. I think it's by Grace Slick, I think.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Slave to the Rhythm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Snakes in the River.
I am appalled at how many songs I don't know correctly, or I don't know more than 2 lines. And that's because I check out.
I make them up as I go.
Yeah, I like my songs better. So, dealing with Day of the Dead type things, and then singing, there is a cemetery between my house and where my son lives. Okay, so I go up there all the time, back and forth down this road. And once a month, I don't know if there's like a day for this, if it's a personal date or a religious date, there's a woman that shows up at the cemetery with a karaoke machine. And I don't know how she powers it, if she has like a battery or whatever. And she sits out there for like 2 to 3 hours and sings with her karaoke machine.
Oh my goodness, what kind of song? I mean, is it?
They're Spanish. So.
Oh my God. Wow, that is awesome.
So there's not any songs that I, tune into that I recognize immediately. Yeah. She may, because I don't sit there for 3 hours with her. But I always look for her. It just, I don't know. It makes me happy to see her out there doing that.
Something about that makes her happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
When my grandmother died, the first thing that my grandfather did was he ordered a cement bench, and he had it placed right there next to her grave, and eventually for my aunt, his daughter. And he would go out there and sit for hours and just talk to her. just hours.
I like doing that.
Like Shenandoah, when he would go out to the grave and talk to Martha and say, well, Martha, here's what happened to the boys and whatever. My grandfather would do the same thing to my grandmother, just talk to her for hours and hours. And it gave him peace and comfort.
It does.
So, yeah,
it does. I did that with my ex-husband or my dead husband when he died for about a year. I don't know. There's just something about it. It really is comforting. It really is.
It was peaceful. That particular graveyard was very, very old, and it's called Valhalla. I mean, it's very, very, very old. And I enjoyed going because I like to look at the different architectures, the different monuments and the different fonts and how it was sculptured and those kinds of things. And, because it was like 1800s and stuff, out there. The only thing that I found very disturbing was when they would actually do the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'd make that like a medallion and they'd put that on the plate. And it was like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm not fond of that. I used to live
not a fan of that.
I used to live by, what is it, Richland Cemetery? Is it Richland? Wrestland. I knew it was an R. I used to live by them, and so I used to go out there and have lunch all the time. It was like going to the park. It's so pretty out there,
Oh my God, though, they've got these magnificent trees over there.
They've lost a lot of them, though, from the storms that we've had the past couple of years.
Did they really? I haven't been down by there, and I don't know when. One of my really, really, really good friends, I mean, she raised me at work. I was like the daughter she did not have. And she was buried out there. There were a lot of friends buried out there, actually, not just her. But I just found it peaceful, I
like it out there. And I don't know, a lot of people might disagree with me, but I don't pick up a lot of paranormal activity at a cemetery for the most part. I don't know if I'm blocking it or what, but.
Yeah. I really didn't there. And I don't know if it's because it's so close to so much traffic and it's a busy place. I mean, Greenville is busy.
Yeah. Well, there is one outside of Hot Springs that Scott and I have to avoid. We can't even drive by there because I get such bad vertigo. I start throwing up.
Oh, that's bad.
And I have never had that kind of reaction to a cemetery in my life. I love cemeteries. I just find them really relaxing. But this one makes me sick.
That's weird.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is, and I don't care to find out what it is. All right, we only got 2 more left on our list. The other is watch a comedy. Now, I would put on there /comedy/horror. And here's why. Number 1, I like horror movies. And number 2, it gets your adrenaline pumping. And if part of your stress is from being mind numb or bored, it helps that adrenaline get going, which I like. I love zombie movies. So
I like the action movies.
I'll be back.
That have a little, and they have to have a little mystery in them too.
A little sex. Did you say sex? They have to have a little sex?
No, mystery. Mystery.
Sex? I heard that. Yeah, but what else?
Mystery
sex. Okay. On.
Ladies, really?
On.
Whatever. Okay. The last one, and I almost didn't even put this on the list, but there is a validity to it, but it hacked me off when I saw it. And it says, just breathe, And of course, what they're talking about is paying attention to how you're breathing so that you can slow the breath down, which is going to help you to relax. And but you know what? That technique actually aggravates me, and it doesn't help me to relax. I just rush through it because I want to get done with it. Because you know why? My stress comes from boredom. That bores me.
Well, sometimes if I'm really, if I go to that, it stresses me out more because now I'm aware of my breathing, and now I can't breathe.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack.
Oh my God.
Well, I think they left off something important.
What? Sex?
Mystery.
Deborah, it's not always about sex.
It could be if people would pay attention.
So what is it?
Visiting with your friends, laughing, have a good time. Because even when we were shut down and afraid to go anywhere, we got on Zoom and we would have lunch and dinner together or whatever, and laugh and giggle and have a good time.
Giggle.
I forgot about that. We did lunch quite often.
Yes.
She said giggle. That makes me laugh.
Giggle. But
On giggle.
that's, it was just, my God, I was going.
That's right. We did. We were very conscious of the separation.
Yes.
Well, that's one of the reasons why we've done this show for as long as we have. I mean, we provide a lot of information to people, but let's be honest, we have a good time doing this most of the time.
Yes.
Even if we just woke up and didn't have our coffee.
Oh my God. Well, I went to sleep really, really hard, and then I woke up about 4, and I was awake until about 7.
Oh.
And then I got cold. I got that really good. There was a chill in the air, and you get so comfy. And then I slept really, really, really hard, and I thought, that cannot be right. That it cannot be 11:45. That cannot be right.
Did you panic?
No. It was like, it is what it is. And I thought, oh my God, what is my hair going to look like?
Well, let me tell you, it looks.
It looks great.
It looks.
Like, okay. Well, it is what it is. So it's like, okay.
No, it looks great. It looks great. But I
Like my skulls, like my friends behind me.
Say hello to my little friend.
Hello to my little friends. One peeking out from the top. Hello.
Hello.
Boo, y'all.
So anyway, tomorrow we did this today because I didn't have I don't know why I didn't have a speaker today. I don't know how I screwed that up. I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody canceled and I forgot to fill it or what. So.
See, you have a lot going on.
You're busy.
Whatever. There's no excuse for that. But the thing about it is I don't stress over it because I don't. It is what it is. And they can.
You just have to punt.
So I think that was great information. I was going to tell you this. Journaling and coloring and all of that stuff is good for stress. But anytime that you're using your dominant hand, doing something, if you want to to give your brain a jolt and make it kind of reformat itself, and it's kind of like factory reset, do it with your non-dominant hand for 15 minutes.
No, it's great to get creative.
Yeah.
If you need something to help you get really, really creative, just write the alphabet with the left hand.
But, you can doodle with your left hand if you're right hand dominant. You can write. Yeah. You can color. You can vacuum. You can wash dishes. Anything that you do with your right hand, do it with your left hand or vice versa, depending on what it is. And your brain goes, what? Oh, my God.
You left me again.
So
I sometimes eat with my left hand, with a fork or a spoon.
As well. Absolutely, yeah. I hold my beer with my left hand.
I'm not. There's just so much I could say that I'm not going to because
go there.
Y'all are trying to make me be good, and I'm trying to be good, and
it's okay.
Well, what does that song say?
I gotta be me.
A long neck ice cold beer never disappointed me.
Oh, I don't know that song.
And
there you go.
Okay.
My favorite is "There's a Tear in My Beer."
Oh my goodness. I went through my country and western phase back when I used to dance, when I was doing country and western dancing. And, I think all of us go through those phases, and it's like, I think that one is over.
Why does it have to be a phase? Why can't you just like a little bit of everything and just pick something for your mood at that time? I like rock. I like rap, some rap.
Yes.
I like country. I like opera. I like jazz.
I like opera.
I
like really good opera.
I like all. I
love bluegrass.
I do too. And the new folk bluegrass combination that they've got going on that incorporates Southern rock is awesome.
He's really good. I mean, extremely, extremely talented from being musically inclined and whatever. Steve Martin and the something Canyon band.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He's
They
very
are
good.
awesome.
He plays the banjo, and
They are fabulous. Oh my God, I would go see them.
I have a new genre that I like, and it's Mongolian throat singing. But
That's a good one too.
But it's like deep metal rock version.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, and the group that I've been listening to is the HU. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them.
They're really good, and it takes. I mean, that's a talent.
Yeah.
well, I have danced in a country and western bar, but I want to go back and learn to do the two-step and do it well.
Okay. They have free lessons. They used to have free lessons at a lot of places in Plano and one place in Garland. You could go, I think, Wednesday nights and get free lessons and stuff. So maybe when things open back up, they'll do that again.
Yeah, we just talked about that, and then we realized that maybe they are closed because of the situation. But you could learn it online. You could do it in the living room.
I could do YouTube.
Yes.
You can go do the giggle. Go giggle it.
YouTube two-step. All right.
Yeah.
But let
And
me
make
tell you
Bob-
something,
Make
Luann.
Bob dance with you.
Yeah.
Make Bob dance with you.
Luann, if you have enough beers, it won't matter.
Okay.
That's the key. 3 beers, everyone's a great dancer after 3 beers.
Okay.
Everybody is very politically in the know.
After 3 beers.
I met 2 of my husbands.
Moral problems.
I met 2 of my husbands at a country and western bar.
But are these the ones you divorced or?
Well, one died, bitch.
Okay.
And the other one was gay. The other one was gay.
Oh, Lord.
Or decided he was gay or what?
Well, you don't decide that you're gay. He just decided not to hide it anymore.
I know. I agree with that, but sometimes it's like, no, I'm going to practice this heterosexual lifestyle.
Well, let me tell you, in all fairness to him and being transparent, he was a virgin when I met him. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he had been denying a lot of things about himself because he was not a young. I mean, he was in his early mid-20s. He was like 24 or something. I don't know, 25 when we met. So he was still a virgin, though he denied that he was. It came out later that he was. He didn't. He was embarrassed. And
guys don't like to say that.
Yeah, very confused. But he was also just not a nice person. I mean, that has nothing to do with his sexual, layout. He's just.
I think that happens to some. I've known several that had marriages and children, and then it was like, this is not who I am.
Well, what was funny? Okay, so talk about people having gifts and not honoring them. Let me tell you what it looks like. We go out, and he was actually a bounty hunter. So our first date was we were out doing a bounty and picking up a guy and taking him to jail. That was our first date. And so we were playing 100 questions because my gut says, this man's gay. He's gay. I've got great gaydar, okay? And so I asked him that, and he just, point blank lied. And I'm like, oh, he's lying. So, from minute 1, deep in my heart, I knew this. But, when you enjoy someone's company and they woo you and all this other stuff, you tend to ignore shit, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Plus, I was recently widowed. I was not in my right mind. I just always claim, insanity for that 2-year period. I do.
Well, you helped him find himself, apparently.
Well, or I helped him find his husband. Let's put it that way.
Well,
Either way, I mean, it worked.
that's important. That's probably why you came into his life to help him.
I don't know. He's the only one that can answer that. I don't have any bad feelings about him. I actually, I miss the stimulating conversation we had. We had some great conversations and stuff, and we were very well matched in so many ways,
Yeah.
But he was an ass when it came down to it because he used people. And I don't mean just because he wasn't honest in our marriage. There were a lot of things he did where he used people. So that he had some character flaws. So,
Right.
Well, I think we all in some way have some are just bigger than others.
Yeah.
Are you saying that I'm in that group?
I'm saying I'm not perfect. I'm not saying
Oh, well,
anything
you cannot
about
be
you.
perfect and not have flaws. It's kind of like a cake. A chocolate cake is chocolate cake, even if it kind of slides. You know, as long as you can cut that sucker and get it in your mouth, it's perfect. Because it's serving its purpose. It's living its life purpose. And that's to be sweet and chocolatey and so good in your mouth.
Yeah.
Look at Elizabeth. She's really enjoying that.
I don't like chocolate cake. I'm not a fan.
What kind of cake do you like, Kenny?
I like vanilla.
Yellow cake with chocolate frosting?
Yeah.
See, that's my favorite. Yellow cake with chocolate frosting.
I like buttercream icing the best.
Yes. I don't like that marzipan. I don't like that other crap.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I like cupcakes. I mean, I'm a cakey kind of girl. I'm more of that. I'm not a creme brulee kind of,
But see, I don't really like cake. The cake is just a way to get the frosting into my mouth. Yeah. It's really about the frosting.
Okay.
It's a frosting holder.
Yeah.
Can I have the frosting holders, please? Thank you.
Just get enough crumbs in it to make it nice and easy to get in your mouth because otherwise it sticks to the fork too much.
Well, yeah. You got your fork and it's full of, that delicious buttercream icing. Just sprinkle a couple of crumbs on top and go decoration.
Exactly.
That's why we like those cupcakes at Spoons.
Oh my goodness gracious. Those are some of the best.
Are they big or little?
Well, they're about that big.
Ooh, that's big. That's real big.
And then the little ones really are small, though. I mean, they're really teeny tiny. Those little baby ones, but it's goodness. It's a good one to split 3 ways.
Do you know there's an actual way, a proper way to eat cupcakes? Do you know what it is?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna educate you. Pay attention. You're supposed to take the cupcake and you cut it in half. So that the top part's all on one half, and you take the bottom half and put it on top of the frosting, so that you're eating it like a little sandwich.
Okay, I did not know that.
I didn't either till recently. Been doing it all wrong. Because you know how I eat it? I eat the frosting off of it and throw the cake away.
It really is for you, a frosting holder.
Yes, it really is.
I did not know that there was a proper etiquette to cupcake.
No.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to put it on your plate or it would be served that way. And this is some Miss Manners etiquette bullshit that I read somewhere. So,
Wow. Well, she's dead now, so who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. And dear Abby's daughter doesn't do a good job like she did either. There's something should just end when the person dies,
Yeah, do not bring that on. Do not carry on the tradition. It is done. It is over.
Exactly. So that's just stressing me out now to know that all of this will end when I die. Who will carry on my tradition?
Tradition.
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 I'm not even.
I don't carry. Yeah, I don't care.
There will be no one to carry on any tradition I have ever started. My kids
The
don't
only
give up.
tradition that I would like carried on is be nice to people.
That's not a tradition.
Kindness.
Be kind.
That's an obligation to humanity. That's not a
Be
tradition.
kind.
Mm-hmm.
And yourself.
And animals.
If people didn't practice anything, they need to practice
children.
kindness.
The Wolverines and
Honey Badger. Be kind to Honey Badger. Because Honey Badger don't care.
be careful of skunks and get turtles off the road. Don't let them, be nice to turtles and stuff.
Oh, Lord.
I used to do that. I used to bring home turtles all the time.
Well, I know a lot of people that will stop the car and get the turtle and, move it off the road, which I really think is quite unique unless it's on the freeway. But I think those are good people. Those are really, really good people.
Well, okay. Well, I feel good about myself because I'm one of those people. I can't stand that.
Well, and so that's nice.
I don't want them to get squished.
Yeah, no. Okay, I think it's time to go, right?
Yes. I was just letting you finish.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're with the communities of the Council of Families for Children. We like to support you all. We advocate for better mental health through holistic healing. And so this is why we have this show. Today we talked about stress. We're glad you joined us. If you'd like to be on the show, contact us at thespiritualneighborhood@gmail.com or go and message me on Facebook. And you can see this video later on our YouTube channel, The Spiritual Neighborhood Network at YouTube. I just made all that up. Wasn't that good?
It was good.
How many likes do you need now?
Oh my God. Do you talk about wanting to pee my pants? We only need 7 more likes to hit 1,000 on our Facebook page. I almost thought I'm gonna go create.
That is awesome.
I almost thought I'm gonna create 7 new accounts just so I can.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Seriously.
Oh dear.
So if you're watching us, grab 2 friends, haul them over to the Spiritual Neighborhood Facebook page, and just hit like. I mean, what's it gonna hurt? You can go back later and change it if you don't like it.
Humor 3 old ladies.
Yes, make us die happy.
Do something nice in honor of Day of the Dead. Do something nice.
Is that today?
No.
It's November 1st, right?
1st, 2nd, 3rd.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, maybe I'll dress up and put my sugar skull mask on.
There you go.
That'd be fun. All right. We'll be back tomorrow actually drinking Tipsy Techno Tuesday. Who knows what we'll... Oh, we're continuing our Halloweeny and list, and our list tomorrow will be Halloween traditions and where they originated. So traditions. All right, like y'all a lot. So
like y'all a lot. Y'all have a good week.
Y'all be good.
How about tomorrow?
Bye.
24 hours. How about that?